Hello and welcome to Jazz. I'm Gigi, a passionate reader who loves diving into the worlds of rebirth, transmigration, cultivation, and other fantasy novels. On this channel, I'll be sharing readings and discussions of some of the most captivating novels in these genres. Whether you're a seasoned fan or new to these stories, there's something here for everyone. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. I'd love to hear your thoughts and recommendations in the comments. Our next video will begin with Rebirth on the Doors to the Civil Affairs Bureau. I can't wait to share it with you. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Yu Dong felt her body, pulled in all directions, and her eyes were dry and painful. She seemed to have fainted and was dehydrated. What happened to her? Using her remaining strength, Yu Dong opened her stinging eyes and at first glance saw a tall man in front of her, standing against a backlight preventing Yu Dong from seeing him. The man seemed to say the same thing over and over again, and Yu Dong was confused for a while before she finally processed what the other person was saying. "Are you okay?" Yu Dong stared uncomprehendingly for a while, only to realize something was wrong. She should be wearing her newly bought pajamas and lying in her luxury apartment. How did she suddenly end up sitting in such a strange place? Looking around, seeing four big words above her caused Yu Dong's confused brain to instantly crash. Shanghai Civil Affairs Bureau. What happened? Yu Dong intended to brush herself off and stand up, but because her body was too weak, her sudden movements caused her to stumble. "Are you all right?" The man hastened to hold Yu Dong. Yu Dong finally saw the man's appearance. He looked neat and had a warm presence, and his pair of gold-framed glasses could not prevent his faint concern from appearing in her line of sight. This person shouldn't be recognizable, but why did he seem familiar? "You seem to be familiar," Yu Dong couldn't help but say. "That's probably because when you were abandoned by your boyfriend half an hour ago, I happened to be abandoned by my girlfriend next to you. We seem to be riding the same boat. Looking at how our relationships ended." The man laughed bitterly. She was abandoned by her boyfriend? At the door of the Civil Affairs Bureau? Yu Dong looked down at herself and saw a pink suitcase. Fuck. Was this the day she eloped to Shanghai 10 years ago to marry that scum of a man only to be miserably abandoned? July 7th, 2007. Yu Dong took a look at the phone in her pocket, and the date displayed on the familiar Nokia phone confirmed that she wasn't wrong. This was the only black mark in the history of Yu Dong, her disregard of her parents' opposition at 22 years old. She dragged her suitcase overnight to Shanghai to meet with her then-boyfriend, and agreed to meet at the door of the Civil Affairs Bureau to register. As a result, the ex-boyfriend met her at the gate of the Civil Affairs Bureau and broke up with her. As for what was said, it was so long ago that Yu Dong doesn't remember. She only vaguely remembered something about his parents vehemently opposed to him marrying a woman who had just graduated and wasn't from Shanghai. Therefore, he merely gave her 10,000 yuan as a breakup fee. Then, after being stunned by his words, Yu Dong stood there stupidly under the scorching sun and ended up having a heat stroke. She then fainted and was sent to a hospital. A nurse explained that a man brought her there and also helped her pay the medical expenses, but didn't leave a name. It should be the person in front of her now. "Are you okay? Is your head still dizzy? You might have a heat stroke. Do you want to go to the hospital to have a look?" The girl in front of him didn't speak for a long time, and with her faraway expression, he couldn't help but worry. "What's your name?" asked Yu Dong. "Xiafeng." "Xiafeng?" 2017's most influential youth in Asia, the young doctor who conquered cancer? With many big names queuing up to have a glimpse of the superstar of the medical field? "Are you a doctor?" asked Yu Dong. "How did you know?" Xiafeng wondered. "You look like it. Are you saying all doctors look the same?" Xiafeng laughed. "You just said that you've also been abandoned," asked Yu Dong. Xiafeng looked at this girl who moments ago had just been heartbroken and could only cry. When did she sweep away her expression of grief and anger and become excited? Xiafeng nodded. "Why were you abandoned?" asked Yu Dong. "I wanted to get married, but my girlfriend didn't agree. I told her that if she didn't meet me at the Civil Affairs Bureau and got the certificate today, we would break up. Xia Feng said unhappily. The fact that he met someone with similar circumstances perhaps gave him the desire to open up to a stranger. Why are you so anxious to get married? Yu Dong said. My mother is in poor health. She has to undergo surgery in a few days. She wants to see me married before the operation. Xia Feng smiled bitterly. Then you're unmarried and have just lost your girlfriend? Yu Dong clarified. Yes. He didn't know what he was going to say to his mother. Do you have a house? Yu Dong suddenly asked. House? Yes. To get married. Xia Feng bought a house 6 months ago and renovated it to meet his girlfriend's preferences. Then why don't I marry you? Yu Dong suddenly proposed. Xia Feng thought he had misheard. You see, you're looking for someone to marry to ease your mother's heart. I also want to get married. We're right in front of the doors to the Civil Affairs Bureau, and with all our papers too. Yu Dong exclaimed, while holding up her household book. And the most important thing is that we just broke up with our exes. This is fate. Right up until they left the Civil Affairs Bureau again. Holding a newly registered red book, Xia Feng remained dazed, still wondering. How did he end up getting married? Did he just pick up a wife at the doors of the Civil Affairs Bureau? Thanks for joining me today. I'll continue reading the next part of the novel tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. I'd love to hear your thoughts and recommendations in the comment.